Okay, we are live. Hello.
What is up, everybody? Whit and Carrie here. Excited to be hanging out with you guys today. And we've got a special treat for you guys today. Something that's just going to blow your mind. But before we kind of dive into that and kind of introduce somebody that's super near and dear to our heart, somebody super special. She says she can be our mom, but she's more like our sister.
Yes.
I am old enough to be your mom.
Yeah, I know. But for those of you that do not know who we are Whit and Carrie Hyam, the founders of whitandcarriehyam.com, where we train, mentor, educate, help home-based entrepreneurs such as yourself take your business from an offline strategy to a online strategy. And so for those of you that are going to be joining us and it's live, drop us a comment. Let us know who you are, where you're coming in from. That way we can say hello back. And we know that not everybody's going to be able to check this out and on live. So as a replay comes out, you guys are checking it on replay. Just still come in, join in the conversation, say hello. That way we can come back later and say, what is up?
Hey, Billy, good to see you.
What's up, brother?
Looks like we've got a few other little eyeballs up there on the top. So anybody else is hopping on. Hey, Melissa.
What's up, sister?
Say hello, join in on the conversation. And we are so excited about our guest that we have today. We're going to kind of talk her up a little bit because she just had the biggest month in her business ever. And I wish that we could go into numbers of all of that stuff, but because of FTC and all of that, as you guys know, they're hammering down on that stuff, so we can't. But let's just say
it was awesome.
It was awesome, and she absolutely crushed it. Crushed it last month. And you guys are all so lucky that you get to learn from her today, because she's going to be kind of diving into 3 different steps that she's used to create team duplication inside of her own team. Hey, Corey, good to see you. Hey, Michael, thanks for watching. Anybody else is hopping on, say hello. And everybody give a big round of applause to Fran because you have an amazing month. And we're going to actually dive into this. We're really excited. We're talking about team duplication and 3 steps that you need in order to create that team duplication in your team.
So really what we're going to have, Fran, number one, we're going to kind of have her tell you a little bit about, oh, God, something popped up and I was like, oh, my God, we just lost you. We're going to have her kind of go over a little bit of her story, kind of where she started, how she got into network marketing, and then how we ended up working with her as well. And now she's just become one of our big leaders inside of our team. And kind of she's going to share with you what she did last month to really duplicate and really get her team moving and really get herself moving even from that standpoint. Okay.
And before we have her dive into that, there's actually a link at the top of this video. If you have not registered for our live duplication, digital duplication machine training, it's a masterclass that we're doing tomorrow night.
With Fran, actually.
With Fran, where she's going to be actually teaching and diving deeper into these 3 steps. Make sure you register right now so that you don't miss out on that training. It's going to be awesome. So, Fran, kind of tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, how you first got started in network marketing, and then what's kind of led you to,
working with us
and putting together the system.
So for those who don't know me, my name's Fran Dobscher, but I was a dentist. So I studied dentistry. When I got into 4th year in dental school, I decided I actually don't like this. But I was it was kind of too far down the road. And I thought, well, I can't tell my parents that they've spent all this money educating me. I better just finish it. And I did. And yes, it was a career that was good to me, but it stressed me out unbelievably. So I was always trying to find a way to quit. And network marketing kind of found me. I got invited for one of those coffees. Okay. So I got invited for one of those coffee dates, and, she got a big piece of cake and she took a bite and then shut up and let me talk. She was very good. Was very good. And she recruited me there and then. I said, oh, okay, I'm all in. And it was Party Plan. And goodness knows why I ever thought that I would ever like to do Party Plan, because I supported her in her business, but she kept asking me to have a party. And I kept saying, no, I don't do parties. I don't do parties. And then all of a sudden I'm trying to convince all my friends to do parties. My goodness. Anyway, so I was all in, and I went in and she said, you need to make a list of all your friends and family and all these people, and go through your phone, find all these people. and then you're going to message them and you're going to say, hey, I've got an amazing product, I've got an amazing opportunity. Please will you host a party for me?
Yeah.
And I got one friend to host a party and started there, and I started doing all these parties. I did all the parties. I did the hotel meetings. There was one day I did a party in London. Okay. So and I had to drive in peak hour traffic to get in there and peak hour traffic to come home. There were 3 people there. One was me, one was the host, and there was one guest. And the kicker was, it wasn't even my party. It was her party because she was launching her business. So, literally, I think I left home at 8 in the morning. I got home at about 5:30 that afternoon. My husband said, what the heck are you doing? I said, and I actually lied to him. And I said, no, it was good business. It wasn't. I actually didn't make a penny out of it.
Wow.
And he kept saying to me, Fran, is this business really making money? And then you look at us, Fran, you have a not-for-profit business. I had a not-for-profit business.
And I want to know, let me just say this. For those of you who are watching, how many of you, that was either you or you for a long time, where you were out, you were doing all of the things that you thought you needed to do to be successful, whether that was doing the home meetings, the coffee shop meetups, and you had that not-for-profit business. Because that was definitely Whit and I for our first 2.5 years. No profit whatsoever.
I was getting further and further into debt. And the thing was, like, we had to do all these like vendor events and all of that. So I just kept buying more product to try and sell at these events, and I wouldn't sell it. And I'd bring it all home again. And Wayne would look at it and say, I'm just been to an event, and you bring all this stuff home again. And then there would be like another sale, or there would be another promo. And I think, oh, well, I need to buy all this other stuff. And I honestly just end up with more and more and more product, and I wasn't getting rid of it. And, going out and finding a way to bring my products and my opportunity, because I was taught everybody needs your product, everybody needs your opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. It was cleaning products. Yeah. It's hardly sexy. Okay. Yeah. And when you try to find a way to bring cleaning products into conversations with people, believe me, people don't want to spend money on cleaning products. They're going to go spend the least they can from the local supermarket. They don't want to, they didn't see the value. And honestly, it was, I got very good at finding a way to weave in these products and this opportunity into literally every single conversation I had until I had friends running away from me. You've heard the story. I had a friend, I saw her, and she literally did an about turn and she ran away from me in the street. And she still runs away from me now. She's so frightened. I'm going to try and prospect her. She still runs away from me now.
So you're not so much friends.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're not really like friends, more
no.
We wave from a distance type.
Oh my goodness. It was just like find a way. Because I had decided that she was my perfect prospect, and I'd go into her shop. She worked in a charity shop. I would go into her shop and go and visit her. I never went into that shop ever except to go and try and prospect her. Okay? Yeah. I mean, I did. It beggars all the things that I did. I had a coffee party at home, and I invited all my friends to come for coffee and brownies. I make a mean brownie. Okay. Yeah. I said, come for coffee and brownies. And they all came, came for coffee and brownies. They walked in, and here was this big presentation. This thing, like the whole sitting room was all laid out with all my products. Where are the brownies, Fran?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey.
I was just tricking people into. This is literally my current situation. Everything she's explaining. Oh, Corey, you know what? I get it.
We all get it.
I get it. And it was like tricky, finding a way to trick people into listening to me, into coming to a party, into bribing them into coming to a party, bribing them into hosting parties, like giving them free stuff to host a party, getting into more debt to do this, and I was pretending I had this business. I earned an incentive trip.
Yeah.
Okay. By buying more product.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think that's how
I bought the incentive trip.
Yeah, well, I think that's how a lot of people actually win a lot of their incentive trips. You know, they have some product coming through from other people, but the majority of them are like, well, I'm just ordering more product, and that counts towards it. And so I won an incentive trip. No, you bought one. Basically, it's probably more expensive than it was.
You probably could have gone on the trip a lot cheaper than going and just buying all that product.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, yeah, literally. So those of you who are watching, how many of you have ever done that? That's something that Whit and I didn't actually do. We have never been the ones to go and just buy a bunch of product to try and win a trip. But for those of you who are watching, I know that there's a lot of people who do, and there's a lot of people with uplines that will say, oh, you're so close to that next rank. Make an order of 1,000 or 2,000 and you'll hit that next rank, right? Oh, you'll just be able to sell the product later. Or, oh, you're so close to winning the trip. Just buy some product and you'll be able to, hit that trip. How many of you have ever done that? Yeah. And I can't say that if we were ever like $250 away from a trip, I wouldn't do it. But we're not. But when it's thousands of dollars.
We're not comparing apples to apples when it comes to that.
When it's thousands of dollars, it's not, it again falls into that not-for-profit business that we were talking about.
And if it's on a monthly thing to get to that next thing every single month where you're just buying yourself basically through the ranks of the company, it's going to be one of those things that can't. And so as you were going through this, and you're going, what was that big change for you? Because this is something that you're doing for a long, long time, even before me and Carrie met you. And so I guess, what was the big change for you that kind of got you going down a different path to do what you do now?
Because I did it for about 2 years, and I did recruit. I did actually build a team, but they were all friends and family. So as fast as I built it, they fell apart, and nobody was prepared to do what I was doing. And I thought, to be honest, I was sick of doing parties. I was sick of driving out at night. I hate driving at night anyway. I was sick of doing all that stuff. And I was sick of chasing people. I was so sick of chasing people. And I saw people building online. I thought there's got to be a way to do this online. And I started looking for stuff, and then an ad came up, and I thought, oh, okay, now this looks interesting, because I can actually start attracting people to me, and I can stop chasing people. And I thought, okay, now this is the answer to my dreams. And this is kind of where I met you two. And I thought, because what I learned was that, everybody that I know and my list, and I literally went through every single contact on my phone, messaged them. I went through all my Facebook friends, messaged them. Yeah. And so what I learned was actually they weren't my perfect prospects, and the people that I was speaking to, I was literally speaking to all the wrong people, and that there were people out there who were looking for me, and there were people out there who were looking for what I had, and there were people out there who were looking for my products. I just needed to find a way to find them. I needed to find a way to get my information in front of them so that they would come to me. So it was like an aha moment. I was like, oh, no, thank God. I can actually have a normal conversation with a friend. I can have a coffee with a friend without having to weave everything into them, into the conversation.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So with that, so now you're at that point where you're like, okay, I found something. I'm now starting to attract people. Oh, did Kateson leave him?
No, he's just not.
Oh, so our 5-year-old is standing out there waiting for mom and dad to come pick him up from the stop. So it's like, I better just go grab him. But anyway, so you're at this point where, okay, you're now learning these skill sets, so, and now you're not just learning them, now you're crushing it. But when it comes to your team, what did you feel like was, what was that next step? Because it seems like everyone kind of goes through this evolution where they're the ones, they're out, they're doing the stuff, they hate it. They figure out, attraction marketing, how to grow their business online. They start getting results. What's kind of that next evolution? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, because what I'd figured out was that I needed to have something. I needed to have a system in place that would teach people how to do what I was doing. Because in my previous, in the spammy, pushy, weird, salesy person that I'd become, the people who I recruited were not prepared to do all the things I was doing. They weren't prepared to go and have a coffee party and invite everybody and then spring everything on them. And they weren't prepared to, drive for hours to do parties and go to all the hotel meetings and buy all the product to give away. They weren't prepared to do all the things. So I realized that I needed to teach people how to build and how to attract people so they didn't have to chase their family and friends, because people didn't want to do that. They didn't want to be nagging all their family and friends and running after people and jumping on a treadmill next to somebody. I did that, jumped onto a treadmill next to somebody to actually try and have a conversation with her. Nearly killed myself in the process, but I tried. But so what I discovered was that I needed to teach people how to do what I was doing. And that's where you came in, because I thought this is a huge piece of this that I thought I actually don't even know where to start, how to teach people how to do what I'm doing.
Yeah. So with this, so okay, now you're at the point where like, okay, we're teaching people how to do this. So we're actually doing a masterclass for those of you who are just joining us. Tomorrow, Fran is going to be diving deep into the 3 steps, and we're going to be kind of brushing over them here in just a second so that you know what they are. But for those of you who are just joining us, there's a link in the description of this video. I'm also posting it here in the comments for you to register for that training, because it's these 3 steps that you need in order to ensure team duplication, and not just team duplication, but that your people know what they need to be doing every single day in order to get the results that you're getting.
Yeah.
Okay. And so definitely register for that if you haven't yet. So let's talk a little bit about these 3 steps.
These 3 steps, honestly, because it was such an aha moment, is that there are people out there who actually need me, but I need to figure out who they are and where these people are hanging out. And when I can figure out who they are and actually grow an audience, because the thing that most network marketers do is they start out network marketing and they've got this amazing product and they want to sell it and they want to just get it out there. Okay. So they do it all wrong. Instead of actually growing an audience of people who are looking for that product, or growing an audience of people who are looking for that opportunity, and this was because everybody, they're just going to promote mode. Like, I've got this product, I need to sell it. So this was such an aha moment, was that I needed to grow an audience of people, of highly qualified people who are actually looking for me, highly qualified people who are actually looking for my opportunities, highly qualified people who are looking for my opportunity, for my products. And when I could grow that audience, that was the first step, is actually growing that audience of people and keep growing that audience every day, so that I'm not forever preaching to the same group of people, but always getting new eyes on me and always getting new eyes on what I'm putting out there. And then the second bit was to actually put content out there and put value out there that is going to help them with, because when you understand who that perfect prospect is, you know what they're struggling with. Mm-hmm. So when you can put content out there that's going to help them with what they're struggling with and give them the solutions, that you then become that person who's that you become that go-to person, you become that influencer, you become that authority figure that can help them get from where they are, from where they're struggling, to where they want to be. Okay, so this was, and in fact, I had a little aha moment back when I was doing parties. I'll go back a little bit. I'm going to backtrack. Oh, sorry, little squirrel moment.
This is all you, really.
But when I was doing parties, and when I'd actually changed companies, I'd actually joined you, but I had this one party booked in, and I messaged and I said, I really don't, you don't have to do it. It's fine. I'm fine. Really don't need to do this party. You said, no. I've got 15 people coming. We really want you to come. And I've got a bit of a wicked sense of humor. I've got a very naughty sense of humor. So, if you're doing parties around cleaning products, you've got to kind of make them fun and you've got to kind of make them sexy. So I did a good job of it. And I went there and I just had fun and I educated them. Around the benefits of the product. I educated them around everything, but I wasn't trying to sell them. It was the biggest party I had in my entire 2 years of doing that. The biggest party, because they didn't feel sold to.
No.
Yep.
And so that and it took me a while to figure that out. It took me a while to actually figure out why it had been such a good party.
Yeah.
But that's the whole value driven piece. That the second bit is that when you can deliver good value to the audience, to the people who you've grown, to this audience that you've grown and that you continue to grow, that they will then hold their hand up, that they will then say, oh, actually I need to follow her because she's helping me, she's giving me these solutions, she's also letting them get to know me. Okay. Yeah. I'm not fake. I'm this crazy blonde South African chick who stuffs it up every now and then, but just being me, just being genuine, just being authentic.
Yeah.
And getting good content out there. So that was the second step.
Love it. Yeah. Love it. So what's that fourth step for those of you?
This is huge.
Yeah, because this is huge. This is kind of where you tie it all together. So we've talked about the first step, which was, growing that audience, growing a network, and figuring out who your perfect prospect is and where they hang out. That was kind of that first step. The second step is engaging with those people so that you build that know, like, and trust.
Yep.
Now, what's that third step?
Yeah. So once you've built that influence over that audience, is that you can then promote to them. So you can promote, but not in a, hey, buy my product. This product is amazing, and this is going to make all your troubles go away.
Exaggerate the product. Yeah, exaggerate like what it does. Like, oh my God, have you ever watched Peter Pan? You're going to fly after you take this product. That's what
And I'll be 20 forever again. But rather to promote in a non-salesy, non-hypey way, so that when you put content out there and you do promote, is that you have people raising their hand up, and it's their idea to come to you. It's their idea to ask for more information. It's their idea, hey, I want to learn more. I want to buy your product. I want to, can you show me? I want to learn more about what it looks like to work with you, because I'm loving what you're putting out there, and maybe you're creating curiosity around what it looks like to work with you, or what you're doing, and that's, I need to come and work with you because you've got this all figured out. Yeah. And it blows my mind every time when that happens, and people reach out to me and say, hey, Fran, can I book a call with you? And like, it was about 2 weeks ago, I got on a call and she said, I'm ready to join. I said, really?
Yeah. And she just did.
And she just did, and I said, "You don't need to know." She said, "No, I need to join you." I was like, and this was like me 2.5 years ago with you saying, "I need to work with you."
So this is actually really good. This is a concept that a lot of people, they can't wrap their mind around. Having someone reach out to you and say, "I want to join you." They don't know what company you're with. They don't know what products you promote. They don't know compensation plan. They don't know anything other than Fran is the person who's been teaching me, giving me value for the last, month, year, 2 years, however long they've been following you. Yeah. They've helped me. She's helped me get a little bit of results, even in just the value she shared. Now, all of a sudden, they're reaching out to you because they're like, I don't even need to know. Yeah. All I know is that I need to work with you.
Yeah.
Show me what I need to do right now. Yep.
Yeah. And it happens, and it blows my mind. But I could relate, because that was exactly where I was 2.5 years before. Mm-hmm. And so often people think, well, the compensation plan and the products and the company, that's the most important thing. And often it isn't. It's actually the people that you work with, because it's a people's business.
Yeah.
And people work with people, and people want to buy products from people, and people want to join people. And it's building those relationships. That is such, it's so important to actually build those relationships and build that know, like, and trust.
Mm-hmm.
So that people, when they do that, and sometimes it happens quickly, people, it can happen. You've connected with somebody, and a couple of weeks later they reach out, and sometimes like a year later you get a message from somebody say, hey, I've been watching you for a year. And really, where have you been? I didn't know. But if you consistently show up and consistently give value to your audience and help them without trying to always sell them, but just be there for them and deliver the good content to them, they will come. They will come.
Yeah. So for those of you who are watching us, what would that do for you? What would it do for you? What would it do for your business if you had people reaching out to you and wanting to join you without knowing what company you're with, without knowing your products, without knowing any of that, not having to worry about overcoming objections? What would that do for you? Because tomorrow night, we're going to be diving deep into these 3 steps and how you can make that possible for yourself, but you need to register for the training, okay? So how do you get people to actually see your posts? This is Work From Home Business Solutions in Canada. How do you get people to actually see your posts? We're going to be talking about that tomorrow on the masterclass. So I'm going to drop the link right here. oops.com/digital duplication. I spell that right? Yes, I did. Machine. Okay, so if you have not registered for that training, make sure you do it right now so that you don't miss out. But so Fran, yes, Corey is registered. Awesome.
Yay,
so
awesome.
Join us tomorrow, Corey. So Fran, what's one, if you can leave our viewers with just one golden nugget or one, big takeaway that they can take from this, what would that be?
Do you know what is remembering, number one, it's not about you, but learning that you need to grow an audience of people who are looking for you. You need to grow an audience of people who network marketers, if you're in network marketing, your audience is network marketer. I'm sorry, I'm just going to tell you that right now. Okay. Stop trying to convince people, because I'll just give you that right now. Stop trying to convince people, because you want to grow an audience of people who are already convinced that this is the way, and deliver value. Okay. And remember that it's about them, it's not about you, because before it was all about me, but learning how to deliver value and then to duplicate that, because this is the key part, is then building a system or joining a team that has a system that has that duplication machine built. Okay, so that when people come in, and it's simple, that it doesn't matter if they are a newbie and have never done network marketing before, or if they're a six-figure earner and are really experienced, is that everyone can do it, and everyone can do it and duplicate again and again and again, and start seeing results quickly, because that's what's so exciting. You know what? Actually, what makes me more excited is when I see my team duplicating what I'm doing, when I see my team getting the results, because honestly, that's more exciting for me than when I enroll people. I'd rather see my team doing, what and duplicating what I'm doing, because oh my goodness, it fills my soul.
So Whit and I, we actually have a goal for our team to outrank us. Because that's possible in our company, where you can actually, even though people come in after us and they're below us, they can outrank us, they can make more money than us. We work to help our team do that, because we just get to where we want to be at the end of the day by helping other people, right? That's what's great about this. But Mona is registered. Woohoo! Mona, we're so excited to see you tomorrow. So for those of you who might just be joining us, we're going live tomorrow for our free digital duplication machine masterclass with Fran. Today on this Facebook Live, we've been talking about 3 steps that you need in order to ensure team duplication. And tomorrow on that masterclass, we're going to be diving deep into each of the 3 steps, so that you know exactly what you need to do in order to make rock the last quarter of 2020, which is crazy to say that 2020 is already 3/4 of the way over. It is, right?
And what a year it's been.
So I mean, if you want to come out of 2020 with knowing what you need to do in order to, yes, and Shelly is registered.
Awesome, Shelly.
So if you want to rocket the last little bit of this year and really build a momentum to start off 2021 on a high note, make sure that you join us live tomorrow night for this training. It's going to be awesome. So
I'm so excited to do it. I'm beyond excited to share this with you, because it's what's worked, and it's what got me where I am now, and it's what's duplicating again and again and again, and we just want to share this with all of you. So we're excited for this.
Awesome. It's going to be awesome. So Fran, thank you so much for taking time out of your evening, because it's evening over in the UK now. Taking time out of your evening to share. And this is dedication for Fran, because we're doing it tomorrow night at 7 Mountain, so it's going to be 2 a.m. Fran. We told her to have a glass of wine ready so that we have wine Fran with us.
Yeah, you might get wine Fran tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. You've got water Fran today, but you might have wine Fran tomorrow.
But we'll at least be sober starting out. We'll see how we do at the end of the training. But yes, it's going to be awesome. So if you have not registered, make sure you register now. Everyone, give Fran a round of applause. Thank you so much, Fran, for taking time out to share. And we will see all of you tomorrow night on the masterclass. Okay?
I'm excited.
Okay.
Cheers.
We'll see you.
Bye.